It was a time of great adventure and danger. Shunned by his kin, an illager wanders the land, seeking a new home. But all he found was hatred. Driven by rage against those who wronged him, he wandered blind to whatever end. Until at long last, the illager found something that would change him forever. The Orb of Dominance. Corrupted by evil, driven by vengeance, the arch-illager made all bow before him. And if they did not bow, they would fall. The illagers raided the land. Who would have the valor, the purity of heart, to stand against the arch-illager's reign of terror? Well, not that one. But maybe you.
is go to the village. You'll see an objective marker at the top of the screen. You just follow your way to the gold arrows, and the game teaches you how to find your way there. Got a couple of enemies coming up, some basic zombies that we can just hit A to attack with the sword. We'll get some ranged weapons in a second, but for now, we have a couple of features to play with. We have a dodge roll on the right bumper. We have a health potion on the left bumper, which I'm not going to drink right now because my health is at full. If you press down, you get to open a dungeon map, and if you press down and hold it, you get a look at the overview. But bear in mind, anytime you open a map or your inventory, you are not pausing the game, so it's best to do that when you know you are safe. Hit up to open the inventory, and you'll see there are a few things here, which we'll go into a little bit more in a second. Looks like I've got some cool enchantments waiting on my sword for when I level up. So this has a really interesting look. It's kind of different to regular Minecraft. For a start, there are things, blocks and items that you will never see in the core Minecraft game, but there's a lot of stuff that's familiar. You'll have things like, you know, zombies and emeralds as the currency, that kind of thing. We'll be seeing some skeletons here in just a second when we cross this bridge and get hold of our first ranged weapons. There we go. We can pick up these arrows, take a shot at that skeleton over there, and you'll notice whenever red outlines appear in front of the enemies, that is a sign that you can attack them. There are a couple of secret routes around this map that I've been discovering as I explore. I'm not going to go into all of those right now, but there's definitely one that I want to hit up a little bit later on. As far as I can tell, there is not a huge amount of room for exploration in these early stages, but the dungeons really open out a little bit later on. There we go, take out the skeleton. Got to get a little bit closer to pick up those emeralds, and I think one of them just fell off the cliff there. Maybe we'll get that a little bit later, who can say. Alright, let's make our way through the village. We've got a couple more advanced enemies hanging out here, and a lot of the enemies in this game like to cluster up, so it's kind of worth keeping your distance or figuring out game, and this area starts to get populated a little bit later on.
To rescue the villagers, but don't fret. They're still out there somewhere waiting for a hero to find them.
Alright, victory! We have completed our first little tutorial mission, and as I mentioned, this takes you to a kind of camp setup in this area where now, once we have earned our rewards here, which should hopefully be some interesting items. There we go, we got a rare fishing rod. Nice, okay, that's a little bit more powerful than the average one. Let's go into our inventory and equip that to, I guess it can go on B. I think it'd be nice to have that go on B so that we can reel them in with a fishing rod, and they don't seem to have durability. Some things start to open up, like a blacksmith opens up over here, and there's a house down here that opens now so we can walk around, and the more villagers we rescue, I think this area will populate with librarians over here in the corner and that kind of thing. But if we want to, we can just hit down to open up the map and select our next mission. You can replay these missions as much as you want to, and in some cases there will be areas where you can select a difficulty setting. Personally, I think I'm going to bump it up to the second level of difficulty. The recommended power for this is all calculated by how much gear you already have, but I think we're going to go for it, seeing as the starter enemies are a little bit easy to take care of. The Creeper Woods sounds like our allies. Let's see if we can get a couple more pieces of gear from this guy. Come on, give me a cool weapon. Oh, just some scale mail? That's not too great. Damage reduction ain't too bad, though. And it looks like we should have enough for just one more piece, hoping for a weapon here. And it's a pickaxe, okay? The iconic tool of adventurers and heroes for as long as anyone.